Hi there, I really wanted to do a video tonight regarding the United Kingdom and Brexit, Britain's exit from the EU. Okay, I've been wanting to do this for a while, okay, and I've decided to ask the tarot the following question. What will happen if we Brexit? Not when we Brexit, but if we Brexit. Because I actually feel that nothing is ever set in stone, okay? So anyway, here we go with what will happen if we Brexit, okay? Spirits, guides, and the universe, what will happen if, as a nation, we Brexit? Thank you. Here we go. Okay. So, the signifier card is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So this is representing the United Kingdom. Okay. So, straight away looking at that, I'm seeing a card of almost completion financially, okay, which makes a lot of sense, okay, because potentially, and if the powers that be, get the way, we will be completing a financial deal with the EU, with Europe, and there we go. At the moment, we look to be in financially not a bad state. This is the card of almost completion. However, because this is relating to Brexit, I just see this as we are literally this far away from making, as a country, as a nation, making a big financial, not so much commitment, but well, I suppose it is a commitment. But we are nearing completion with a financial deal of sorts, okay? Okay, so then help or hinder. Oh, it seems, look at this is crazy. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, this means decision time, okay? So it seems to me, what I'm getting from this is that the decisions still needs to be made, okay? So I'm sensing from this that there could even be another referendum, okay? Another decision, okay? Yeah. And you see what we've got here? We've got a woman on the beach, and then in the far distance is more land. I think that's France. And she's sitting on the beach in the UK, okay? And that there is indecision about really and truly whether the majority of people in the UK actually want to Brexit, okay? I'm seeing that very, very clearly. There's confusion, okay? There's massive confusion surrounding the whole idea of Brexit, okay? So yeah, that's just two cards, and we've got a lot already, okay? And also, I have to say that this person making the decision, okay, and I think this is representing the UK population. Do you see the blindfold? This could be making a decision without all of the information available, okay? Blinkered, okay? So I'm seeing this as maybe the original referendum, okay? We do know that it was politically sort of propelled, okay, let's put it that way. And did everybody have all of the information that they needed to even vote? How much propaganda was hanging around? How much propaganda were the UK population given regarding the idea of Brexiting? Okay, I'm pretty much non-political myself. However, I am aware that political parties do let the people down, and maybe too much was promised. I do remember seeing £300 million extra a week and all of these sorts of amounts So was the original decision based on propaganda, which is just information that's given out? Doesn't mean it's real and true, but if it's in the press, it must be right. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so in the deep subconscious, we have the Emperor. Okay, the first major arcana, okay, of the reading. So I'm sensing from this that there is an overriding power here that we may not even be aware of. You know, that because this is in the deep subconscious, okay? So this means that, like I say, the propaganda machine, you know, there's always more going on than meets the eye, okay? I'm sensing that from that card. Okay, then in the recent past, the Page of Pentacles, okay? So this is like an attempt by somebody who doesn't really have the experience, knowledge or skills to manufacture, to create something, okay? And that's what I'm getting from this, like that this was sort of, it was all very quick. Where did it all come from? You know, when did we suddenly decide that, yeah, let's leave the EU? Where did that come from? Okay, we've been in the EU, I think it's since 1971, you know. Where did that come from? It was all of a sudden, it was all over the press. We were getting things through our doors saying, what will you do? You know, and I don't know, it's kind of like, is it just was it somebody's attempt at creating change and it was ill thought through, and maybe they didn't expect it to sort of like gain as much popularity as it did. And I don't even think it was popularity. I think it was just momentum, and momentum leads to hysteria. Okay, that's what I'm just saying. What I'm hearing, what I'm sensing here. Okay, was it an ill thought out idea? Okay, external energy. Oh, the Knight of Wands. I mean, this Knight of Wands is as close to the Emperor as you can get. Okay, so we've got some big power players in this scenario, most definitely. Let me just figure this out. Yeah, basically, somebody is pushing and pushing and pushing to get this to happen, okay? And they are fiery, and this is often seen as the narcissism card. So it's not surprising me that this has come out in the external energy. You know, this card, it's somebody who comes in very forcefully and says, so it shall be. Okay, and I'm sensing that. Most definitely. Who is this person? Who could it be? Okay, it's interesting to me that Theresa May is someone who wants, on a personal level, is someone who wants to remain in the EU. Okay, but she's forcing the ideas of the Conservative Party. And then we've got Jeremy Corbyn, who actually wants to leave the EU. And I think to myself, you know, if he wasn't the leader of the Labour Party, that, you know, we've got Theresa May who wants to remain, but she's pushing to leave. And then we've got Jeremy Corbyn, who wants to leave, but he's kind of, I feel as though he's probably disagreeing with most of the people who vote Labour, because most of the people who vote Labour, I think, would want to remain. You know, so it's all so messed up. You know, it's all so messed up. And I'm actually maybe seeing this card as Jeremy Corbyn. Looks a bit like him. Bit of a beard going on. And Not that I'm saying Jeremy Corbyn is a narcissist, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that these two people who are in charge of the biggest parties in our country, that they're working against their personal beliefs, really, you know, and that's never good. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm sensing that it's just all messed up, and that there's a massive force, you know. Theresa May's having to want to leave because that's what our party says. Jeremy Corbyn wants to leave anyway, and so he's kind of going against popular belief systems within the Labour Party, because I feel that if someone else was in charge of Labour, you know, overseeing Labour, that they might actually be pushing more for a fresh referendum or something like that, you know. Yeah, so that's what I've got so far. Okay, near future. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Wands, okay, which is somebody feeling as though they are under attack. That's traditionally what it means. And I'm sensing that this is the pressure from the EU on the United Kingdom, and that we are being pushed and pushed and pushed to come up with our Brexit plan. And the thing is there really isn't one, is there? You know, it's all pretty messed up, let's be honest. And I feel like we're fighting a losing battle here. We're not going to get, I don't feel that we're going to get a good deal. And there's reasons for that. You know, we've got so much going on with Europe that we are intrinsically, we've been in Europe for so long, you know, for decades, and that it could be actually financially devastating for us to leave the EU. That's what I'm getting from this card. Most definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And I'm getting that leaving is maybe not the best idea. You know, not so